Hello everybody, Trevor here. It's been a long time since I talked about Wooden Railway, hasn't it? Well, recently, the new 2022 Wooden Railway system has finally been released this month. And I have yet to buy some. So today, I'm here to express my honest thoughts on it. But before we begin, I just wanted to say, sorry for the lack of videos lately. I was going to make this earlier, but I got busy for 2 weeks at work and taking my dogs to the vet, and I was having the usual writer's block for my scripts. In other words, I'm not really the most active YouTuber in the Thomas community. And I have been having a rough month too. Anyways, let's begin my honest thoughts on the new Wooden Railway line of 2022. Now keep in mind, I'm not going to go into full detail on all these items, otherwise we'd be here all day. So, what do I think of this new look? Well, it's not perfect, but I think it's 20 times better than Thomas Wood. Why? Because for one thing, they brought back the plastic 3D domes, and they also brought back the bogies for the bigger engines like Henry. Not to mention that they brought back the old track connectors to make it more compatible with Brio and other classic wooden train systems. Oh, and they brought back the old logo. That's nice. Speaking of track, I love that they added a special feature that's just like the clickety-clack track system, only in this case, it's renamed as Clackety Track. Not to mention the T symbol on each track piece. Oh, and they added in some new wood adapters just in case if you still want to connect old track to the new track. Not to say that the new track was good to begin with, but still. In addition, they added the rivets and other outer details on the sides of each model. And if you look closely inside the cabs, you can see the light from the firebox, which in my opinion is a pretty nice touch because it makes the models look a bit realistic in that they are ready for action and play. Unfortunately, despite most of the positives here, there are a few things I'm kind of mixed on, and those include the new wheels and the overall length of each model. Now, I totally understand why Mattel did this, but when it comes to Wooden Railway, I never expected this much detail in terms of the number of wheels each bogie has. For example, I thought some of the tender engines like Henry look a bit too long. My biggest problem with this is that if you picture one of them on this really small turntable at Tima's Sheds, it won't be able to fit on it 100% because of the overall length of the engine. Also, in terms of certain tender engines like James, I was perfectly fine having them have a few wheels instead of bogies because they're supposed to be smaller than Gordon, Henry, Hero, etc. Let's talk about the wheels next. Look, I get it. They made different sizes of each wheel so that they could fit more into the plastic bogies, but at the same time, I had no problem with the old wheels that the previous generations had. Another thing I'm mixed on is that they made the faces have 2D printed mouths instead of the usual 3D ones. The reason they did this is to give each model a different variety of facial expressions so that it would be cheaper. But in my eyes, I thought the old 3D models of the plastic faces had more heart and effort put into them, but that's just me though. Oh, and one last nitpick. While I am thankful that most of these models like Kenji are based on their CGI counterparts, but unfortunately, there will be a few All Engines Go stuff for this new format as well. Hopefully they won't redesign all the Steam Team members again just for the reboot itself because I want most of the items to reflect Seasons 1 to 24. And I do wish that Carly would be in her original Tower Crane form someday because she looks much more appealing than her Crane Engine form. Overall, while I do prefer the old Wooden Railway from 1992 to early 2017, but I still think this new format is great. Not perfect, but 20 times better than the previous successor, which was Thomas Wood. And despite a few cons, I'm still thankful that they brought it back from the dead. It's pretty much the only good thing Mattel has done so far, and I highly recommend it to anyone who is a die-hard Thomas fan. I give this new era of Wooden Railway a score of 8 out of 10 stars, while the original Wooden Railway from 1992 to early 2017 gets a 9.5 out of 10 stars. As for Thomas Wood itself, I give it a 2 out of 10 stars. And trust me, nothing is worse than Thomas Wood. Nothing! Here's hoping they'll bring back the battery-operated engines, as well as the My Custom Engine line. Now let me know what you think of this new look of the brand. Do you agree with me, or have you seen better? Join me in next time where I'll be explaining my top 10 Thomas characters I like to see in wooden railway form, because I've been wanting to do that for so long, but I couldn't because of Thomas Wood. This is Trevor Davis, signing off.